Hi, welcome back to this somewhat special. We're speaking with Navneet Munot, MD and CEO of HDFC AMC, about where the mutual fund industry is headed. So we've spoken a little bit about, the trends which will be in focus. But one thing that stood out for me was this statistic that I read that, not just in India, I mean, even the world over, wealth is getting concentrated in the top 1%, right? Globally, it's 50% of wealth. In India, I think in the last 1 year, it has increased from 30% to 40%, which is held by just the top 1%. The bottom 50% of Indians had 6% of wealth last year. This year, they have only 3% of the wealth. So is that a worry for the mutual fund industry that because, jobs are being lost, because the actual money being held by Indians is falling, that growth will be stunted?
So it's a concern as well as an opportunity. Let me explain that. So the concern is that a rise in equality is a big risk. Anything which is not good for society cannot be good for economy and cannot be good for markets and cannot be good for investors like us. So from that perspective, it's a concern. Having said that, I think India has been responding very rightly over the last few years. Our huge focus on the policy side on social security net, the widening of social security net has been a great move by the government. I think that will keep inequality under check, and at the same time, mutual funds can play a very big role in ensuring that the fruits of growth are distributed widely. Today, with an SIP of 500 rupees, even a man or a woman on a street in any corner of the country can also aspire to get the same return that the economy and capital markets are generating for the wealthy people. And I think that's the democratization of finance, or democratization, the true democratization of investing can happen. And mutual funds are playing a big role there. Technology will play a big role for us to expand to the every nook and corner of the country. I don't know if you have seen our Barni Se Azadi campaign.
Yeah, it's very catchy as well.
Thank you. And our mission, as I mentioned earlier, is to reach out to every household in the country to ensure that they also participate in the growth momentum of the country.
Yeah, because the biggest risk now is not investing, right?
Exactly.
Okay, but the other news points, and I'm sure you've read all of them, we've seen paintings that are getting shredded, which are still getting sold. NFTs is this new thing, and Amitabh Bachchan's auction has drawn like crazy amounts. So there's this new millennial investor, right? And they're looking at all of these new opportunities. Cryptos is what, 6 lakh crores in India? It's more than the passive AUM now. How are you as an AMC and the industry planning to take on these millennials? I mean, how do you convert them to what is otherwise considered boring, steady, but wealth-creating business?
So first on the crypto, so just like the tech boom and bust in the 90s, if you keep that aside, internet as a transformative power for the world, how it transformed lives and the world over the next 20 years is in front of us. Very similarly, I don't know about what happens to the cryptocurrencies and the valuation of NFTs and all of those things, but blockchain as a technology has tremendous potential. Talking about the millennials, every generation has been smarter than the previous generation. Yeah. I think we thought we were smarter than the previous one. And the same thing is about the millennials and the Gen Z. They ask different questions, they respond differently. I think what the industry needs to do, taking the cue from most of the other industries who are also looking at millennials as their consumers, is you have to speak on at their platform, at their medium. You have to speak their language and communicate in the way they want to get communicated. The fundamental tenets of investing would never change. It's always about sound investment plus time plus patience equal to wealth creation. So we have to have reinforced focus on investor education. How do we ensure that this generation, which at times find it difficult to differentiate between a gaming app and a broking app or a trading app. Sometimes for a set of investors, on a very lighter note, I would say investing is the new form of entertainment. But it is not a form of entertainment. It's a serious business of wealth creation. I think a renewed focus on investor education. We have this interesting program of one campus to another, preparing the people who are graduating from colleges. How do we prepare them for the next set of their life in job or entrepreneurship, and also inculcate the right savings and the investing habits. And I think we need to do a lot more, and of course the focus on digital technology, social media, all of that would go a long way.
Okay, There's one question that I like to ask, everybody from the industry. So I'm going to ask you as well. What's your personal investment style? I mean, we have people telling us what we should do, but we want to know what you guys do. So what do you do? And from your own learnings, what would be the one advice you'd give investors?
So we all invest in our own mutual funds, and we have belief in that, and I think that's the best way of long-term wealth creation. The advice would be very simple: start early, invest regularly. And I think the role of discipline in ensuring that you stay committed to your long-term financial goals, maintain your SIPs. Markets will go up and down, but the best way to create wealth over a long period of time is to stay invested and keep that discipline.
Well, that's true, actually. And, the brightest minds who we've interviewed have all given practically the same advice, right? So, people, those who are watching will probably, want to hear something new. But guess what? This is the mainstay, right? Invest early, stay invested, be regular, be disciplined. I guess that's the best way to really go about it. But, Navneet, I want to thank you, but I can't resist asking you one market question because you've been a fund manager for so long. I'm sure you have an opinion on this. Chris Wood put out this note very, very recently where he said that if there was one market I could invest in and be stuck in and I couldn't exit for the next 10 years, it would be India. Is he overly optimistic? Is he, being realistic? What is the opportunity really?
I would say this, that I think India is creating an economic miracle which is unparalleled in human history. Why do I say that? We are growing at such a high rate and likely to grow for a long period of time thanks to our democracy, our demographics, our demand, and now the power of digitalization, if you put all the 4Ds together. But we are growing in a democratic manner. We are growing in a far more sustainable manner and equitable manner than most of the other economies which have grown from an emerging to a developed country, they have done. So our path is very different, but a lot more sustainable and equitable growth. And I think the mutual fund industry is one industry which can ensure that the fruits of that growth or the miracle that I talked about over the next several decades are distributed to as many people as possible. And I genuinely believe that everything that we have done over the last several years as a society and as policymakers, the amount of reforms that we have undertaken will keep us good instead for a very, very long time. And we will remain a global leader in terms of showing a new growth miracle.
Well, to share to that, we all live in hope, and we hope that this is one
Markets
thing.
will have their ups and downs,
Yeah.
and we'll have to live with that. We are in a structural bull market. Within that, there would be corrections, there would be ups and downs.
Yeah.
One has to learn to live with that when you invest in equity markets. So when I say an economic miracle, doesn't mean that markets would go up in a linear fashion.
Yeah, so absolutely. So keep that SIP going, right? You never know, when things turn around, and you don't want to be missing in action when that turn comes. Navneet, thank you so much. Wish you, your colleagues, your family a very, very happy Diwali. And I hope the next time we see you is not next Diwali.
Surely, and wish all your viewers once again a very happy and safe Diwali and a blissful year ahead.
All right, thank you so much, and thank you for watching. Have a green Diwali, a peaceful Diwali. Thank you very much.